former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, has been in this presidential race since 1993. He has contested 6 times. Most recently, when someone made this same suggestion that he should not run again, he should allow a younger person to run, he's getting old and all that. That was a very strong statement coming from his media office saying that no, he's going to run in 2027. Now, you had a 3-day meeting and you are saying, Atiku Abubakar should step down for Mr. Peter Obi, who is the person who can beat the APC and President Tinubu. I'd like to ask you, now, 3 days, how did you people arrive at that decision? Even when you know that it's a matter of individual choice. It's not a matter of wishful thinking. Who will run, who will not run. It's an open democratic space. The second thing is that I introduce you as interim publicity secretary. Now, you speak for which faction of the Labour Party? Because I know that Arabambi and his supporters, on the other hand, will say, oh, here Arabambi is the publicity secretary. But here, you are saying you are the which faction do you speak for? And, you know, who were these people who decided that it must be Peter Obi or nothing for 2027?
Okay, thank you for your double-edged question. Let me start with the one that comes later. There is no faction in the Labour Party. The judgment of the Supreme Court put pay to that. The interpretation that followed a few months ago also sealed that judgment. There is only one Labour Party. Whatever else you're seeing outside the Senator Nenadi Usman-led leadership of the Labour Party is just smoke and fog that is being created for persons who have determined that the progress of this country and the progress of the Labour Party in particular is not of any interest to them. All they seek is a platform to line their pockets by impersonating the structures, the institution of the Labour Party. But that is beyond their reach now, because both the Supreme Court and the Federal High Court interpretation that came afterwards has put any activity of the Labour Party beyond their reach. There is only one body, the one led by Senator Nenadi Usman as the interim national chairman, and that is the only one that exists. Then, coming back to the question of the Agobe 2027. Agobe is an acronym that stands for Atiku, please give us Obi in 2027. You will recall that in the run-up to the elections of 2023, a body of patriotic young Nigerians besieged the Wadata Plaza where PDP has their national headquarters. And what was their objective that time? They were there to plead, PDP, give us Peter Obi, because they had seen something unique in Peter Obi. They held peaceful rallies, they pleaded on their feet, they pleaded on their knees. PDP turned their backs on their pleas. And that was the seminar beginning, the seed that led to the body we call the Obedient Movement today. When Peter Obi resigned, that body continued the plea, they went with him, and then it snowballed into first a national momentum and then a global momentum, in the sense that Nigerians in diaspora saw the unique qualities of Peter Obi and put their muscles behind the Obi movement, and it became what it became, a fireball in Nigerian political history that has never been seen before. And what happened? In a short time, the name Peter Obi has become the central word in the political encyclopedia of Nigeria.
All right.
Now, here we are again, 2025, on the runway to 2027. The same understanding that our country has been blessed by an extraordinary individual in the person of Peter Obi. We also have a similar understanding that our country has been blessed by an extraordinary person in the person of Alhaji, His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Two giants strutting the political space of Nigeria on the side of the progressive aisle. Looking at the two personalities, their backgrounds, where they're coming from, and where they have told Nigerians they are heading. Okay. We felt that it was time to come to the intersection of their individual aspirations.
All right.
And take a stand.
Okay.
And the stand we have taken is based on research and study.
All right, Peter Kenny, we'll come to that study shortly, but I need to ask you, because of our time, we have very limited time. But you're speaking from the Labour Party. Okay. There are a number of parties involved now, so I don't even know which party, because neither of them, that's Atiku Abubakar or Peter Obi, have declared, well, Atiku has indicated interest, but they haven't yet spoken in terms of the party platform. Are you asking them to all come on the Labour Party platform? Because the PDP and the ADC now are in the mix. And then there's a third giant in the political space that might be introduced into this mix as well, in the person of the former president, Goodluck Jonathan. What would you then say to that? If he does decide to run for 2027, would you also ask him to shelve his plans and support or back Mr. Peter Obi? What would then be your stance?
Well, we will have a third leg in the appeal. We will also appeal to President Jonathan that he should consider what the majority of Nigerians have yielded their hearts to pursue. That is a presidency led by a younger person from the younger generation who clicks with the majority of Nigerians by his records of integrity, character, and consistency. Since 2009, you have seen that. No, it's not 2009, actually. When we returned to democracy in 1999, this country has churned out. 1999.
Yes, 1999.
This country has churned out. That's right. Thank you, Terrific Rufai. This country has churned out hundreds of former governors. Now, when they leave office, what do you see? It is their people wallowing in poverty worse than they first came in. When they first came in. There is no one that holds the kind of majestic and impeachable record of integrity, of purity of purpose, and compassion for the poor. The president of Mr. Peter Obi could as well have 10 meals a day that was possible for a human being to accommodate. He has left all of that comfort. Yeah.
Okay, so what party are you proposing they come on? Is it the Labour Party, PDP, or the ADC? This coalition you're talking about?
The most important thing, the most important thing is the understanding that we need all of them. Whether it is, of course, coming from the Labour Party, I will prefer the Labour Party, but this time, we think that Nigeria as a republic is one party.
Okay.
And therefore, as long as what we are appealing for is accepted, whether it is a coalition of the political parties agreeing on the ADC or the Labour Party, that one is secondary. What is more urgent for us is for the personalities of His Excellency Atiku or Jonathan coming in to provide a third leg to the stool to accept that it is time for a redirection.
Can you hear me because of time? Real quickly. See, with the way you're going.
Very well, very well.
At this rate that you are begging Jonathan, you're begging Atiku. At this rate, I'm sure maybe you probably beg Tinubu to step down for Peter Obi 2027 because...
Not at all.
No, but that's what you're saying invariably. I mean, a lot of people have asked, what is wrong with Peter Obi competing in an open campaign? So can't he go ahead and face Atiku in an open primary? Because that's what some of the people against him normally say. That, you know, he wants everything to be done for him already and he just emerges. That he should go and campaign in an open campaign. And you said he has an impeachable record. People are saying that's against him. They're saying a lot of things against him. In his state, for instance, they're saying, you didn't turn the state into paradise. Some of the opposition figures against him are saying, you didn't turn the state into paradise when you were there. They're also talking about money that was kept in safe havens, although Mr. Peter Obi has come to explain himself for that, but these things keep coming up. They're also talking about his support for, you know, groups and not being able to condemn activities of insecurity in the southeast. A lot of people are also saying things like, oh, he didn't do as much as he claimed. He was also hypocritical in his time. So why is he being shielded? Why can't he be made to run in an open contest against Atiku Abubakar and the best man wins? Why are we begging everybody? That's why I say at this rate, maybe we'll probably beg Tinubu to also step down for him.
It is illogical to add Tinubu to the fray or to the table in this particular case, because what we have done is to identify Nigerians or leaders who have the compassion and the pulse of the people as a priority in their individual commitment.
So President Tinubu doesn't have the pulse of the people and the compassion?
No, I don't. With all due respect, I don't believe he's one. So that is why he's not in the equation. Then, before now, don't forget, all the things that can be said, every rot that can be put by opposition against a quality candidate. It's not the first time. Awolowo struggled almost the last quarter of his life, or more than the last quarter of his life, trying to become the president of Nigeria. Nobody gave him a chance. But when the man lay still in death, even the Ikemba of Inewi, or Ikemba Inewi, said, here lies the best president Nigeria never had. Even Jesus Christ, there was an option to choose between the rogue, the thieves in Jerusalem, and the Savior. They chose the thieves to be freed and the Savior to be crucified. So we don't expect that Peter Obi will stand up for election and there will be no mudslinging or digging up of all kinds of materials to malign him. But like you said it yourself, Mr. Rufai, that he has come and explained it. And I'm sure you were satisfied when Mr. Obi explained
Prince Akeni, thank you so much. I believe your point has been established this morning. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Unfortunately, we need to go. Thank you so much.
The game or the battle is about to start. The thing is, Atiku should step down for Peter Obi. Simple as that. I don't know where Atiku is running to. After running for good six times, you are still running. What do you want? What you want? There's nothing different between Tinubu and Atiku. They are 5 and 6. Nothing is different. Nothing special about them. So we shouldn't be having these conversations every time Atiku is on the race. Atiku is on the race. So where are you running to? It's not a do or die affair. No, you must be president in this country. Everybody must not be president. So Atiku must not be president before you go to the other side. So what is there? What do you want again? So we shouldn't be having this conversation every time on the ballot, every time election cycle, presidential election cycle. You are just using your own to disturb another person's opportunity. That's the problem. Since 1993, somebody, if you give birth to somebody in 1993, don't you know how old is that person? Atiku, you see fighting to become, wanting to get that thing. So you should lose hope by now. Say that thing is not for you. It's not for you. And if this very time now is still very crucial, I do not see Atiku, even if ADCU, I do not see Atiku winning this election. It's just your opportunity to split the vote and give Tinubu opportunity, upper hand. Because I said it before, once Atiku is on the race and it becomes 3-horse ring, it becomes a problem. They split the vote, then it will be difficult. It will be very easy for Tinubu to rig them out. Do you understand? What is special about Atiku? Atiku is coming to recover his money, all the money he has been wasting in the presidency. And now somebody talking about going through the primaries, Peter Obi should contest with them. No, Peter Obi should not join them. Rather, Peter Obi should just contest under Labour Party rather than contesting with them in primaries, hoping that he's going to win. As far as Atiku is there, there's no other person that will win that primaries. If other person will win primaries through PDP 6 times, they did primary, and Atiku is always winning. So what is special? Why is Atiku not going to win this one? And meanwhile, Atiku is even the major force of this this coalition. Atiku even part of the people who founded this or who come about this coalition. So who is that person to beat Atiku in that coalition, in that primary? So it's not possible. So the winner has already been chosen by bribing them with whatever material things, money things. Money will exchange hand through that primaries, which we know Atiku is a dollar man. He's going to dollarize these people. Do you understand? So the winner has already been chosen. So if they have not chosen the winner, they shouldn't be talking about going through primaries. They should have just give it to this humble man, Peter Obi. So Atiku is coming. If Atiku should get a ticket, or if Atiku should be the president of this country, Atiku's presidency is going to be party president, just like Tinubu is doing. And there's nothing different between them. So it's going to be party. Those people are quickly going to get what they wanted through Atiku, because it's the same thing with Tinubu's boys now. So they are swimming in money. They are making money. Tinubu is giving them everything. But Peter Obi is a president. If Peter Obi becomes the president, Peter Obi represents everybody. Inclusivity. Safety. That's what Peter Obi represents. Inclusivity. That's what Peter Obi represents. So Atiku is not. So we need somebody who is going to at least brings everybody together. Technocrat who is going to unite everybody together, unite this region, unite the country. If we do not go through revolution, division, a regional system of government to start from, we need somebody to even unite these 3 regions together first before you talk about peace. Atiku cannot do that. Before you can progress in this country, you can get this country working, we must first of all unite. At least have that sense of unity that we are one. This tribal hatred, all those things. When somebody comes into president tomorrow and decide and include all the region into his presidency, not giving opportunity to this, make it fair. At that time, it will be too obvious that anybody is coming to criticize. At that time, it will not be. You know that this person just want to talk. But if you talk that Tinubu is a tribalistic or a presidency or is surrounded with his boys, all those things. Even if you say Tinubu has given opportunity or giving ministers, ministerialists to the north, to the east, all those things. But what you need to look at is those crucial positions, those very important ones after presidency, after president, number 1 man in the country, then Senate president, right? Then the third, okay, vice president, Senate president, vice Senate president, deputy Senate president, deputy House of Reps and deputy, isn't it? After these people, who else? Then you now look at you now have a chief of defense staff. I mean, Bajamila. You look at a CBN governor. You look at a finance minister. You look at attorney general. All those positions, and these are the key area. It belongs to Tinubu region. So any other person, this area, this critical area, I mean, these critical positions has to be zoned, so that it will be very difficult for them to compromise in whatever they are doing. Anytime they are having meetings, they will not be speaking one particular language in a meeting. Do you understand what we are saying? How can we be having this crucial, important meeting if full of Yoruba? They are speaking Yoruba at very important meeting. No. Now, for example, you have Minister of Finance, a Yoruba man. You have a CBN governor and Southern or Igbo man. You have a Chief Anthony from the South. Then, for example, like that. You have Chief of Defense Staff. Even if you want to make your chief of defense staff somebody who is very close to you, your personal person who understand you, that one is very important. People will understand. Not CBN governor, not even if the person is not qualified, because you just want to put it there to achieve your objectives. You just want to put it there. No, that's not what we are saying. You need to zone these things to the regions. Look for competent people who merit these positions, not by appointment. Just give it to somebody because of your one thing or the other he did in the past. You just want to compensate the person. No, these positions are not to be compensated, not to use as a compensation. Do you understand? So there's nothing different from Atiku. Atiku is going to do the same. Now, if whatever I'm saying or what I just said now, what people have said before, they say, when Buhari did the same thing, Buhari did almost the same thing, Buhari did, Tinubu is always worst. Now, because Buhari did the same thing, that's why this country is like this. That's why this country is collapsing. That's why Buhari did not achieve anything. That's why Buhari collapsed the country. That's why Buhari left huge debt for Tinubu to inherit, as you will put it. Buhari was bad. Buhari presidency was bad. Buhari was tribalistic, as you may put it. Now, we now said that presidency, that tenure was bad. We need somebody to correct the administration. What do? Do you repeat what that person did that makes the country collapse? You change the narrative. But now Tinubu is doing worse. If he's doing worse, how do you expect the system to be corrected? It's going to get worse, and it's going worse now. Is it not what we are having today? Buhari was tribalistic, Tinubu is tribalistic. How do you correct the system? You are not correcting the system. You are only collapsing the system more. So if Tinubu had decided to correct the system, we shouldn't be talking about being tribalistic or this and this and this and that. We have this thing, chief of army staff, say Yoruba person. We have who I don't remember all their names, their positions, all of them. Those positions before you have all that. So it's not supposed to be. We are one Nigeria. One Nigeria. Everybody should be included. Do you understand? Everybody should be included. Even if you want to, then bring your boys. Let them be junior. Let them be junior of these people, because they have junior staff. Do you understand? They have junior staff, all those things. So those critical areas, the 4 second positions, you need to zone those positions to this region. Let it have a balance first before you talk about progress. Other than that, there's no way Attorney General will disagree with Tinubu. There's no way a CBN governor will disagree with Tinubu. There's no way Finance Minister Wale Edo will disagree with Tinubu, because they are all the same. They speak Yoruba. They are not speaking Yoruba. They are not agreeing because they speak Yoruba. But if these people are of different tribes, it will be very difficult for them to compromise. They will not have the same. Do you understand? Because now the Yorubas will be talking to their own brother. The Igbos will be talking to their own brother. The Hausas will be talking to their own brother. And this position matters a lot. So it will be very difficult for them to agree on what Tinubu is saying. There should be a disagreement at some point. Do you understand? So Atiku is still going to do the same thing. So we should not give Atiku this opportunity to be the president. Let it go and rest. So if we, anyways, no, just talking. So if Atiku be the problem, the suffering continue. We continue now. Just the rugged and they go anywhere. That's how it will be. So what do you think? Do you think Atiku should run, or he should step down for Peter Obi? This question is very important. What do you think? If Nigerians, every Nigerian has to rise up to beg Atiku, or to kneel down to beg Atiku to step down to support Peter Obi, maybe we are going to do it. Do you understand? So what do you think? Please leave your honest opinion. Don't forget, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Be your guy, for me now.